Okay, so for today, we're just going to have a nice chill short stream. We're going to just look at the demographics of Indonesia. And it's kind of a chill evening where I'm at now. It's raining. Pour myself a little vodka cranberry. So just want you to relax. Have yourself a coffee if you're in the morning, or a nice cold one for yourself if it's in the evening. Or if you're an alcoholic and it's in the morning, just get to it. It's probably good to watch this, especially in the beginning, but later on, just kind of chill. Okay? So here's Indonesia. It's a country of around 17,000 islands, of which 6,000 are uninhabited. And if you've watched the previous video with India and China, we did a city analysis. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the data from the World Population Review. And in this stream, we're just going to look at the map. I don't want you to get overwhelmed with the numbers. Just trust me on this, okay? Just trust me. And so, went ahead and got the data from World Population Review, just like last time, okay? And this time, we only had all the way down to the cities over 100,000, of which there were a total of 133. The largest is Jakarta at a little over 11 million, 11.5 million actually. Just like last time, I did a search for cities they were trying to trick you with, throwing in some extras, some duplicates and triplicates. This time they were a little bit more well behaved. I want you to think about the city of Depok, just like we're trying to depop the human population. That city has allegedly a population of 3.2 million, so we went ahead and subtracted that from the total. Okay? So you have Jakarta with 11.6 million, and then we have another 17 cities ranging from just over 1 million to just under 4 million. Then after this, we have approximately, or actually I should say exactly, 115 cities ranging from 100,000 to 999,000, or just under a million. Okay? Just going to take a sip of my vodka cranberry before we continue. Goes good with lying about the population. Okay, so, and don't worry if you can't see the numbers again. I want you to relax. Just relax in the knowledge that we don't live in a globe or a planet, a net of a plane that has 8 billion people. We have far less people than that. So, moving on to our city order of magnitude analysis, like we did last time. We have a total of one city in the 10 million to 99 million order of magnitude. We have 17 cities in the 1 million to 10 million order of magnitude, for a total of 34 million plus change. And we have a total of 100,000 to 1 million cities, of which there are 115, and a total of 25 million. Now, if you were to take the difference between the 1 million magnitude and the 100,000 magnitude, there is a decrease of 26.1%. Okay? So, since we don't have the data for the next order of magnitude, that is the best that we have. And we're going to assume, and yes, I know that assumption is the mother of all fallacies, like the bad guy in Under Siege 2 once said. But that's all we have, and so we have to model it. Okay? I hope you're relaxing now. This is a relaxing, you're learning while you're relaxing. Okay? And so, in the 10,000 to 100,000 cities, we would have a total, assuming a decrease of 26%, of 18.5 million. And then in the 1,000 to 10,000 order of magnitude, we would have a total of just under 14 million. And now we get to those smaller villages, where there'd be a shaman, and those quiet Airbnbs where you would hear sounds like this. The 100 to 1,000 order of magnitude, 10 million total. And then in the 10 to 100, this would be secret little chalets, if you will, in the mountains of perhaps West Kalimantan. 7.5 million people. And then finally, the assumption that there's a bunch of random nomads, kind of off on their own little private islands or private Idahos. Just 5.5 million, getting close to that beautiful 6 million number that is just such a great number. Okay? And so, once we total up all of these orders of magnitude, again, 11, 34, 25, 18, 14, 10, 7.5, and 5.5. We get, are you ready for it? 126,675,550. Okay? But this must be incorrect, because according to Wikipedia and the Google and all of the authorities, we're told that that's the population of Indonesia is 285 million. And that's only 45% of that. Okay. Let's look at it another way. If we were to total up the islands, there are, again, we talked about earlier, 17,000 islands, of which there are about 10,000 that have people on them. And if we were to look at the top 10, we have a total of 271 million. And so, according to the island research, this is correct. And so, what we're going to do now, even though we've already, based on our previous models by the city, have determined that they're lying, we're going to look at the island of Java. And here's the island of Java. Going to scroll in. There we are. Okay. It's pretty decently sized, right? There you go. 100 kilometers, or I'm sorry, there's our scale at 100 kilometers, so that's probably about 800 kilometers long and another 100 kilometers wide. Okay? So we're going to ask AI, how many people are on the island of Java? AI tells us that there are 152 million people on this island. That's correct. 152 million people. Look at that island. It just looks so full of people. Look at all those places, right? Okay. So then I asked AI, list for me the top 20 cities on the island of Java. And like I said, guys, we're gonna slow it down on this one. We're gonna chill out, okay? This is demographic, Depop, ASMR. Alright, so the largest city is Jakarta, which according to AI says there's only 10.5 million, while according to World Population Review there's 11.5 million. But anyways, we're going to use the AI on this because AI never lies, right? And moving from there to the second city, Surabaya. There we go. Let's zoom into Jakarta. We'll just take a look at that. Okay, Jakarta. There it is. Look at all that. I believe them. I believe there's 10 million people in Jakarta. That looks pretty big. Pretty urbanized. Let's go to Surabaya. There you are, the other side of the island. 2.9 million people. Okay. The next city is Bekasi, 2.7 million people. Bekasi. There we are. Hey, look at that. It's in the metropolitan area of Jakarta, almost. Just outside of it. The next largest city on this island is called Bandung. Bandung. There we are. It's a pretty... This city has 2.5 million people. The next city is Depok. We talked about that one earlier. Trying to sneak in more people than actually existed before. There it is, Depok. Also, very close to Jakarta, right on the outside of Jakarta. 2.1 million people. The next city, Tangerang. Also on the outside of Jakarta. 2 million people. The next city, Semarang. It's like a semi-version of Tangerang. There it is. 1.7 million people. The next city, Bogor. 1.1 million people. Also in the greater Jakarta area. The next city, Malang. $870,000 people in Malang. The next city, Tasikmalaya. Tasikmalaya. That was a little bit of a sneaker. 3/4 million people in that right there. It does look congested. 750,000 people for Tasikmalaya. Okay? The next largest city on this entire island is Serang. Actually, it's right next to Tangerang. There she is, Serang. 735,000 people in that. I believe that. I believe there could be 735,000 people there. There's a mall. The next city, Cimahi. $600,000 people in this little area. Oh, we're outside of Bandung. Did we already do Bandung? Yeah, we already did Bandung. Bandung was the 4th largest city on the island, so this is just a neighborhood. A huge, or a very densely populated neighborhood outside of Bandung. Might want to avoid that one during work hours. Cimahi, okay. Our next city, we go to Surakarta. $600,000 people in Surakarta. Again, this is about number 14. Here we go. Silicon. The northwest corner of the island, Silicon. 455,000 people in Silicon. Okay. And our next city, Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta. Okay. More in the center of this island here. I'll give them some credit. There's some urban areas around this one. 376,000 people. But wow, is that a small one? Let's look about 25 square kilometers. There's a lot of people in Yogyakarta for its area. Our next city, Sukabumi. Nestled just south of Jakarta. It's like near a volcano. 366,000 people in Sukabumi. I buy it. Our next city is Cirebon. $345,000 people along the coast here. Our next city is Pekalongan. Pekalongan. $320,000 people. Okay. I do see some decent sized urbanization kind of around here. And our final city, So our top 20 cities on the island. Kadiri, final city. 300,000 people in Kadiri. Where are we? In the middle of nowhere. So, once again, let's total up all of these top 20 cities. Let's see what we got. Remember, this island has 152 million people, and we just looked at the top 20 cities, of which we started at 11 million, and we're already down to 300,000 people in this city of Kadiri. That total is 33 million people. 33 million people. 33. Beautiful number. That percentage of the entire island is 22%. 22% of 152 million people. Let's just kind of scroll around here and just think about let's go back to Kadiri for a second. Kadiri is going to be our kind of barometer. Okay. So we have 32 million people. We are looking for another 120 million people on this island. Where are they? Let's say, I don't think we had anybody in here, did we? What would you give to this, guys? Let's throw some numbers and let's be generous, okay? Let's give them 2 million people in here. 3 million? Okay. Alright. Look at all these towns. There must be tens of thousands of people in this village here hiding, because there just has to be 120 million people that we don't know about. But anyways, if we were going to give about 2 million people to this area of all these random villages, how much we want to give over here? All these little towns. How about another 2 million in there? What are we at? 4 million? We already counted that one. Say all these little towns here. Throw them another million. There's something right there. There you go. What are we at? 5 million. 6 million. Nope. 7 million. That's one of the ones that we've already counted. I mean, I'm being pretty generous here, guys, with this. You know, I'm gonna say 8 million. This is dumb. 9 million maybe. And I know we've already counted this one and out there. You know, 10 million. Let's just kind of scroll a little bit further. You know. We're at 10 million extra. We'll say 11 million at this point. Now we're coming back around here. That looks like something. Give that. No, I can't give that. Remember, the most I can give anything is 300,000, right? So let's just say all these villages is another, get to here, another million, 11 million. Was Malang one? Malang wasn't one. If you told me Malang had 1 million people, I might believe you. But apparently Malang is not one of the largest cities, so. We're going to be generous, though. We're not going to be greedy. Okay? Alright. Where are we at? Maybe 12 million? Generously? There's Keytree. There's your 300,000. Everything you see has to, by definition, have less than 300,000. All these villages. What was it, 12 million? Okay. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. I mean, there you go. There's a little. There's something there. Getting to, let's say, 13 million at this point, probably. Alright, here we are. I'm going to say 14 million when we get kind of. There's a little chunk of people. There you go. There's a chunk of people. 100,000 maybe? 150? I'm going to say 12 million by the time we loop back around to Surakarta. We've already counted this. Was that another Deepak? Deepak and the Deepak. Alright. 13 million. Just kind of look at these cities. Just scroll around here. Cartech. Per worker. Yeah. I'm going to give them another million. Let's oil the population a little bit. 15 million. Bandung we've already counted, but we were kind of really going through this countryside pretty fast. I just want to, there could be some people hiding in caves or something. It's coastline, you know. There's probably some tourist stuff going on here, right? Yeah, there's some population in there, right? What are we at, 16 million to get here? What do we say? Just look at one of these. What is this cigarron? What is this? I don't even know what this is. There's nothing there. Nothing. We got some stuff going on in here. Looks like farms, a couple of neighborhoods, right? Where are we at? 17 million maybe. Okay. Doesn't look like a lot of people here. What is this? Like a CERN solar wind farm or something going on here? What were we at? 17 million? I think that was being pretty generous. Okay. Nothing out here. Okay, now we start getting closer to the Jakarta megacity. And yeah, well, we've already counted that. That's one of the top 20. That's 500,000 in this whole area there. I think Sarang was one too. Yeah, Sarang's actually a big one. 700,000. So we were at what, 17? Call it 18 million. Say another 2 million to mop up the rest of this without getting into the other cities that we counted. Yeah, I would be surprised if you have on this entire island, and that's assuming the city numbers they're giving us are correct in all those cities, and even that's a little sketchy, but I'll take that at face value. That's palpable. So if you happen to watch all that, and hopefully you didn't watch all of it, just take a look yourself and just say, take the top 20 cities out. 32 million people. 33 million. You think there's another 120 million people on this island? Right? No. My best guess is there is, where are they hiding 100 million people if they're, or I should say they're reverse hiding 100 million people on the island of Java. Do we want to look at Sumatra? 60 million people on the island of Sumatra? Let's do it. Let's do it real quick. Okay? So, top 20 cities on the island of Sumatra by population. Alrighty. Please add these up. Alright, the top 20 cities, 12.5 million people. Guess what that is? 20% of the island. Just like last time. 21.57%, 12.5 is probably right around that 21.57%. Let's just see the biggest city and the smallest city. Medan and Metro. There's Medan. See what 2.5 million people looks like. That doesn't look like 2.5 million, but I'll buy it. 2.5 million people. Let's look for, what's it called, Metro? The metropolitan area of Metro. So we're in the sub 100,000 already. Ah, this is wrong country. Sumatra. Sir? Yeah. Alright, so Medan and Metro. Just gonna quickly go through here and look for an additional 48 million people in cities smaller than, where were you? There you are, Metro. 48 million people. In cities smaller than that. Something else here. Look at all that. Look at that. All that urban area. Must be millions of people just standing under the trees, becoming one with nature. There is nothing here, guys. Here you get the coastline, sure. And of course some of these are already in, yeah. These are in the town, some of the top. Jungabunga. Jungabunga. Yeah, these numbers are Jungabunga. So you got the coastline, sure. Well, I won't be wasting too much more time doing this. It's probably a nice place. Definitely some, there's not nothing here. But I'm gonna go with the same model as what we looked at for the island of Java. And I'm gonna say probably like the cities of Java, and like what we guess is that there's probably 33 million people in Java in the cities, and then give it another 20 million, and that's conservatively, that means there's 100 million people. And I believe that would be, let's just do the percentage again on that. So 52 divided by 152. Let's just 52, 152 equals 34% on the island of Java. I would probably guess it's going to be similar numbers on the island of Sumatra. I would say that as you go down into the other islands, Sulawesi, 21 million, Kalimantan, 17 million. Once you get below those, it starts to probably become much more accurate, to almost 100% accuracy. So they're hiding the bulk of it is on the island of Java, where they're probably saying there's probably 52 million people, and they're saying there's 152 million. Similar to India and China, where it's 1.5 billion, when the reality is it's just 0.5 billion or 500 million or 600 million actually, but you get the point. So there it is. A lot of scrolling and just kind of looking at the countryside, but you can always do this yourself and find some error in my way of thinking. But the key lesson here is rural, plausible deniability. Have a good night.